Hi, everyone, and happy March 1st. This is an exciting month in doTERRA. I'm really excited to be with you. Those of you that are with me live here on Zoom, actually, let me just make sure that I record. Here we go. So we are recording and running live on YouTube at the same time. We're trying something a little bit new. And here we go. We've got a lot going on this month. It's exciting. We've got leadership coming up. There is a lot. I just got done doing a video for Europe market, and there's just so much activity. It's like the online community is blossoming. So I'm excited to bring to you March specials. We've got a lot this month, and here we go. So the first one we've got going on that you get for free is Cedarwood. Cedarwood is your product of the month. You get this for free with a 125 PV order if you place it between the 1st or the 15th. For those of you that are new to doTERRA, these are the books that we use. This one addresses all of the physical components, and this one addresses all of the emotional components. And so I love diving into all of the emotional qualities of the essential oil, but I think it's important also to cover the physical needs. So the cedarwood, which is your product of the month, this is steam distilled from wood, and it affects our nervous system and respiratory systems. Those are the body systems that we're addressing. It's a very calming oil. You can use it topically and aromatically. It's not one that you would take internally. There is no need for that. It's very good for tension. It's good for actually tuberculosis. It's good for infection in the urinary tract. And for yoga, we use it to distill, and really, really good for meditative properties. One of the reasons why it's so good for these things are actually the sesquiterpenes that are in this oil, some of the chemical compounds that are found. Emotionally, it's the oil of community. That's why we say yoga, it's such a good oil, because it's really great for this feeling of doing things together, and especially those people that feel like they need to do everything alone. And this is going to be one of the oils for you. It's incredible on your solar plexus. It's also really good for the meditative state on your third eye. It brings people together, experience strength and value of community. Rather than allowing oneself to do everything alone, it allows us to really realize that we have the support of family of friends around us instead of excessive self-reliance. Some self-reliance, of course, is good, but not excessive. It invites the strong-willed individual to couple the strength of that individuality together with the power of a community. So really understanding that go far together, we go farther. And it supports individuals to see that we have so much more in shared experiences. It opens up an awareness to those that are already around us if we are not aware that they are there. So that's your free product of the month. The discounted product this month, we have 15% off lemongrass. A lot of light right here. Let me hold it in the other hand. Lemongrass, I think, is yeah, you get 15% off this one. This one is incredible. I think this is actually a little bit underestimated, this oil, because it's a powerful oil when you're talking anything physical in the body, and also energetically and emotionally. The lemongrass is steam distilled from the leaves, and we source it in India. The body systems that we address are primarily immune system, but also muscular and bones. And we're really looking at aldehydes, up to 80% in this oil. The aldehydes make this a highly antibacterial, anti-inflammatory oil, antiseptic. It's like it's used for many, many, many generations, like hundreds and hundreds of years, for infectious illnesses, fevers, pesticide. It's also a sedative to the central nervous system. So whenever there's any aches or pains, the lemongrass is incredible for that. In terms of like cramps, muscular tension, anything that's inflamed, it's a very good oil to layer, especially if you have aches and pains of the muscle. It's really, really good for anything bacterial as well, in terms of UTI, in terms of purification, incredible cleanser. It's a natural and insect repellent as well. Really good for that. Sprains, whiplash, those kind of things it's very good for. Also, it is a diuretic. So if there's like swelling anywhere, it's an incredible oil to do for that. It cleanses the air. It's very good to cleanse energetically, emotionally, spiritually. We actually use the lemongrass. I'm going to show you here for emotional properties. It's the oil of cleansing. So it's not just the cleansing of the body, but also the energetic feeling of despair, feeling of lethargy, despondency. It helps to release some of that and get us into a healing mode and cleansing state. It helps us to let go of old limiting beliefs, toxic energy, negative group thought, all of the stuff that's like weighing us down. People that have a tendency to hoard, that have too much in their homes, it's a great oil to put in the diffuser, and it helps us to let go of that stuff that no longer serves us. Physical things as well as patterns and energy people around us. It's a good oil to also cleanse darkness from the spiritual eye. It's a great oil to increase the ability to see things clearer. And cleansing, like I said, toxic, negative energy, those feelings of darkness that are holding us back. So if you ever want to move forward, you want to put lemongrass in the diffuser, and then you can put it together with something uplifting like a wild orange to put some positivity and lightness into it, right? You don't necessarily want to do lemongrass by itself. It could be a little bit harsh, but you can mix it with a little bit of peppermint that's light on the heart. And guess what? This month we have in the US limited time offer kits. So there's an incredible kit that we call them on the fly. They don't come in a box. It's just packaged as long as we have availability. And it's going to be only throughout March until we have stock. So if they run out the 15th of March or 10th of March, after that, there'll be no more available. You want to make sure you get it. So with the La Luz diffuser, you're going to get a peppermint and a wild orange, and it's a wholesale saving of up to $15 on the entire kit with the diffuser and the 2 oils. The peppermint and the wild orange are a powerful combo. Physically, the peppermint is an incredible oil for anything respiratory. It's a good for anything. I'll show it to you again. The peppermint. So this book tells you all about the physical needs. And if you look up the peppermint, it really has a long, long list of things that it's really good for. The body systems are digestive issues, system, muscle, bones, nervous and respiratory system, and also skin. It's very high in menthol, which is, we know that from often those balms we put on for aches and pains, right? It's steam distilled from leaves. We source it in the US. And it's, oh gosh, it has just so many things in terms of digestive support. If you tend to get blisters on around your lips, it's good for that. If you get head tension, it's incredible on your temples. Any increase of body heat, you can put it down the spine. Even on children, you can put it on the spine or under the feet. It cools the body down. In the summer, you can put it in a little spray bottle with water, just gently mist your face. Any aches and pains, it tends to bring that heat, inflammation, swelling down also. Motion sickness, skin issues, itching. It's great for anything itching, anything around the eyes. Oh, I forgot to mention the lemongrass is really, really good for strengthening the retina and really good around the eyes if you're having trouble with vision. Now, you don't want to get it too close, and you definitely have to dilute it because the skin around the eyes is super sensitive, but that's a really good one. Again, peppermint is good for if you have a burning sensation here. You can take the peppermint both internally in water or in capsules or straight under the tongue, refreshing with the breath. You can swish your mouth with a little bit of lemon, peppermint, and some coconut oil or water. You can also use it topically directly on the skin. You don't need to dilute it. And you can use it in your diffuser. It's great for seasonal support, seasonal threats, cramps. Oh gosh, there's just so many things here. I'm not going to read this entire list to you. Now, emotionally, peppermint is for the buoyant heart. So if someone has been weighed down for a long time and feeling really stuck in fear and really scared or just overwhelmed with sadness, the peppermint will give those people a momentarily relief and remind us there's a lot to be joyful and grateful about. Now, you also controversially don't want to use it too much. You don't want to always skirt on top of your feelings, just swimming across of it and never dive down. So if someone abuses peppermint, it could be a sign of not wanting to actually be with what is. But it is great for those that have just been weighed down for a while of too much bad news, too much stuff going on, stressors. The peppermint is a really good support on the heart chakra. And it reminds us we don't need to be controlled by fear. It's also, it rediscovers the joy of being alive. When we use peppermint and we embrace that our physical pain or emotional pain can be a great teacher, peppermint actually is the gateway for us to have an even bigger lesson. It helps us to be optimistic, right? The wild orange, which you're going to get with this powerful duo, the peppermint and the wild orange, we get our wild orange in Brazil, and it is steam distilled or pressed from the peel, from the rind of the orange. So it's very alkaline. It's incredibly healthy to drink. It's going to prevent not prevent, but it's going to help break down the petrochemicals in the air that we're breathing. So you definitely want to drink the citrus oils. It can be wild orange, grapefruit, lemon, lime, right? But for now, we're talking about the wild orange. It is also, when you're using it topically, it makes you photosensitive. So you can't go directly into the sun. It will make your skin burn. You do need to cover or wait a few hours, depending on your skin sensitivity. It's very high in monoterpenes, up to 95%, which makes this oil a very high anti-cancer, antidepressant, antispasmodic. It's a digestive sedative and tonic. So, and also like an antiseptic for the digestive tract. So if you have sluggish digestion, rubbing your belly with the wild orange is actually incredible. You can also do that with the peppermint. It will kick that digestive system into gear. We use it for our immune system because of the monoterpenes, and it's very good for emotional balance. It's anything nervous related, and it's incredibly good and cleansing to the skin. It's good for feelings of anxiousness, insomnia. It's really, really great. If you cannot sleep, you want to put that in your diffuser with the lavender and the frankincense at night, just 2 drops of each. The wild orange really brings that mind at peace. It's an uplifting oil on the mood, and it's great with withdrawals. If you're going through anything, you're weaning yourself off anything, the wild orange will instill some of that positivity into the nervous system so that we lead our withdrawal symptoms. We distract from that, so we're not so focused on that. The emotional benefits of wild orange, I call it like sunshine in a bottle, and I believe everyone should have wild orange. It's the oil of abundance. So think about nature, like the trees. The orange trees, they give freely. There's always oranges. There's more than enough. Nature always provides. There's more than enough. And that's what the oil teaches us, that there is no need to fear. There's no need to live in this scarcity of never having enough. Same with lemongrass, right? When people tend to hoard, and hold on to people, things, everything around us, it's a belief, it's an underneath, but it's an inherent belief that there's not enough, or when we really dig down, it's that we're not lovable, that we're not loved enough. So the wild orange, it supports us in fostering creativity. Creativity brings us into contact with our inner child, and this feeling of freedom and fun, joy, playfulness, bringing that into our life. It lets it go. It reminds us to let go of scarcity. All of the manifestations of scarcity, such as fear, nervousness, inflexibility, workaholism, like anybody who's workaholic needs this oil, a lack of humor, and really this general feeling of we're not supported in life. The wild orange will come in and support us and make us feel like a hug, right? Like we are taken care of. Anyone who's overly serious, overly rigid, put in that diffuser, some wild orange with some peppermint or some copaiba, mix it up so it's grounding but uplifting at the same time, calming for the nervous system. There are no limits to what you can do. It is really beautiful, beautiful, beautiful oil. The final special that we've got this month, which is the humidifier that doTERRA makes. It's like the big trunk humidifier. You pour a lot of water into it. It's especially if you live in a dry climate, you want to get your hands on that humidifier. And then what you're going to get as well is the breathe oil and the On Guard oil. So those two oils, there's a complete saving, $22 wholesale saving when you get that bundle. Again, it's an as-you-go kit. It's just going to be packed the way it is. There's not a special box for it. And it's as long as supplies last for the month of March. These two oils, honestly, with everything that's been going on this past year, year and a half now in the world, everyone should have these on hand. This is for your respiratory support. This is for immune support. Everyone should have this. I won't go too much into the physical details because most people probably know about Breathe and On Guard, but I will touch on them because I think they're important. And especially if you're new to doTERRA, I want to make sure that you really know how powerful these oils are. So the Breathe oil, and this blend right here, it is a blend of laurel leaf bay, peppermint, eucalyptus, melaleuca, which is our tea tree, lemon, and Ravinsara. Ravinsara is a very powerful antiviral, antibacterial oil, antifungal, and anti-infection. We don't sell Ravinsara. We had it as a special where you could earn it for free one time, but we don't sell it. And the last oil in this blend is cardamom. Cardamom is an antispasmodic and anti-inflammatory. So think about the lungs. Anything that's going to create calmness and the tissue to be calm and not be irritated, we need that in this time, right? We want the lungs to be functioning very, very, very well. And we need it to support us in really taking deep breaths, because the more we breathe, the calmer we are and the more our immune system functions. So this is really good. Also for anything in your sinuses, you can take a couple of drops on your fingertips and just massage along here if you're congested. Be aware there's lemon in that blend. So if you do live in a sunny place, you don't want to put it on your face and then go out in the sunlight. Again, you're going to get photosensitive. The body system that is very affected is, of course, the respiratory system and also skin. It's very good for that. Emotionally, the Breathe oil is, as you can probably imagine, the oil of breath, right? It's for the heart chakra. This is our main oil that we use to support our fifth chakra, opening the heart, releasing grief, releasing sadness. We store grief in the lungs, and if grief goes untreated, it can actually develop into pneumonia and other things. So it's very, very important. It addresses the inability to let go of grief and pain, and it teaches us if we've been constricted over a long period of time, or feeling unloved, feeling unsafe, that we can release, and we can release the distrust and take in life. We then can receive genuine love and healing. This oil is super powerful. It invites us to literally let go, breathe out, and let life in so that we can really flow. And without flow, we all know then life becomes hard. So this is a helper. Emotionally, if you feel stuck for a few days, put it on your lungs, put it on your chest. In addition to that, if you like to work out and you want to get really good workout in, put in a couple of drops on your lungs before the workout. You'll notice that your ability to breathe and take in more oxygen is going to improve your performance while you're working out. So that's the emotional properties. The final oil we're going to go through is On Guard. I have a personal story with On Guard. When I first started using it, I was doing a play on Broadway in New York City, and I was having a sore throat. So, oh, by the way, this one is aromatic and topical. You don't take this one internally, okay? The symbols are also in the book, but I just like to say it here. Now, On Guard, you take aromatic, topical, internal. I was using this in hot water to soothe the throat because I was having a sore throat and I was on stage and I needed to obviously be on stage and not lose my voice. Now, this oil, the emotional properties is really, really powerful because it's a good oil for combating threats in the air, combating anything that shouldn't be in our body. And it also combats energetic viruses or energetic parasites, if you will. It helps us to put up our boundary system and helps us to say no. And I had used this for about a week and I went and handed in my notice where I was working and decided to go full in on my passion. So it was actually quite amazing what happened. Anyway, the On Guard, of course, addresses the body systems of immune system, also great for skin. Now, this one has a combination of orange. So be, again, careful with the photosensitivity. It has clove. Now, clove is one of the highest antioxidant oils. There's something called an ORAC score in the world where we measure antioxidant level. Carrots come in at 2,500. Blueberries are somewhere around, I can't remember, but acai is about 18,000 on there. I think blueberries are about 5,000. Acai, 18,000. This one comes in at 1.2 million. The clove oil is so high in antioxidants that it is a very high antiseptic. Anything gum related, you want to use. Dentists use this. This is also one of the prime oils in our proprietary blend whitening toothpaste. So clove gives you very healthy gums. Cinnamon is inside of this blend. We have eucalyptus, we have rosemary in this blend, okay? Very good. Eucalyptus is the oil of wellness as well. It supports healthy immune function. Very great for anything fungal. Very good for chronic fatigue. If you're very tired all the time, in diffuser, it will support you. It's a great cleanser. If you want to create a natural cleanser, you put it in a spray bottle with water, mix it, and wipe down your counters. It will just get rid of all that bacteria stuff. Super great for any, like I said, environmental threats around you, especially if you have kids in school, in and out, in and out, in and out, and bacteria on their hands and stuff. We have a long line of products in terms of the natural hand sanitizer, the wipes, the hand wash, the laundry detergent, all On Guard to support your immune system so that you can avoid chemicals in your home, but have a completely natural way to take care of you and your family. It's great for different skin infections that you otherwise would need to go and have very heavy medication for. You can use this. Sore throats, infections, blah, blah, blah. I mentioned that already. Also, urinary tract. If you drink this or take it in capsules or take the On Guard soft gels, you can also, with a little bit of coconut oil, wipe it directly over the areas where you're feeling infection. Powerful, powerful, powerful oil. Cannot get enough of that. Never want to be without it. And the emotions that are addressed, Like I said, it was formulated for a physical need for your immune system, but it also helps us in warding off energetic parasites, domineering personalities, and other negative influences. You see a theme here, right? It's all about getting rid of all that low vibration that adds to disease. When we are in low vibration, we attract disease because our cells are vibrating in negativity, shame, guilt, unloved, anger, unforgiveness, all of those low vibrations. If we use the oils that get our cells to vibrate higher, we then can let go of those lower emotional vibrations. And as we vibrate higher, we are healthy because disease doesn't live on a higher level. Very, very powerful things there. So strengthening the inner self along with inner resolve to stand up for oneself and live in integrity with one's true self. Very important. Anyone who's had a weakened boundary, it can be due to perpetual violence. It could be perpetual people stepping into your space, just not respecting your no. It supports people in learning to say no and having very clear boundaries. It cuts away unhealthy connections such as codependency, negative group thought, so that we can be honoring of our true self. I love, love, love this oil. It really supports anyone who feels attacked and unloved to be able to feel protected, living in integrity, independent, reinforced, and strengthened and empowered. How amazing is that? Can you imagine you're giving someone in your family an oil to support them with a seasonal threat or something going on in the air that you don't want to catch? And really what you're giving them is this inner resolve to feel powerful and strengthening in their own selves. So that's it for all of the specials this month. In addition to that, in the US, we have Leadership Retreat for anyone who is qualified as a silver or above on March 18th and 19th. And then we have a special day for elites and premiers on March 20th. For those of you that are customers and have no idea what that means, don't worry about it. The person who introduced you to doTERRA, they might be qualified to go to Leadership Retreat. And even though we can't be together in person, there's going to be a lot of interaction. We definitely miss the human events. We miss the live events. We're doing our best. doTERRA's doing our best. We've got a lot going on in order to try and connect us as much as possible. If you haven't already, please join us on Mighty Networks. That's where we drop all of our educational content, all of our exclusive things for our team. We do everything we can to bring it to you. We have this month a lot more trainings going on as well, both for customers, and we have continuing education part 2 series. We have oil studies going on this month. Reach out to the person who introduced you to doTERRA so we can get you hooked up and plugged into all of our programs. And in April, we've got another continuing education series, part 1 going. So like you can see, we've got a lot going on. We really, really appreciate you. We love you. And we're so grateful that you're part of our wellness community. Thank you so, so much. Much love from here. And actually, I'm in Egypt right now. So much love from Egypt. Thank you.